Alright guys, we're back for video number 2 for the Marshall-Putnam 4-H After School STEM Group Tetra Kite Project. For this step we're going to be putting the tissue paper skin over our tetrahedron section. You're going to need the pattern out of your Ziploc bag. I've already cut one out so you don't have to sit and watch me cut that out. You're going to need your tetrahedron from video 1. You're going to need a pencil. You could also use a really fine point Sharpie marker for this if we have one. You're going to need a pair of decent scissors, preferably one of the pair of scissors of science out of the blue box from the program. And you're going to need a glue stick. Also out of your kit, you're going to need one of the sheets of tissue paper. When you get this sheet of tissue paper out of your kit, it's going to be wrinkled, it's going to be folded up. You want to lay it out on your desk. Gently smooth out all the wrinkles. It's important to remember that tissue paper is more delicate than printer paper, so if you pull too hard, if you pinch it too hard, if you pull on it, whatever, it's going to tear really easily. Alright, once I've got it fairly smoothed out, I'm going to call this the top, the end away from me. This will be the bottom, and then this will be my left and this will be my right. Step 1. I'm going to take and fold from the bottom to the top. I'll get them nice and even on that top edge. I'll lay it out and smooth out that fold. We'll get a nice good crease there. Next thing I'm going to do is take the right side, my right side, fold it over the left. And again, get a nice good crease there. Alright, if you did that correctly, bottom to top, right to left, you should end up on the right side with one fold. On the bottom side towards you, there should be 2 separate folds. And then on the left side and the top side, there should be 4 loose edges of paper. We are going to place our place fold here line on that bottom edge where there's 2 folded edges together. Hopefully you guys will see this in the camera. That's my 2 folded edges. They're together on the bottom side facing towards me. I'm going to place my pattern on that folded edge. I'm going to gently trace around it with a pencil. Now remember, if you're using a really sharp pencil, you push too hard, you're going to tear the tissue paper. If you got a pencil that's a little bit more dull, if you use a little bit less pressure when you're tracing, it's going to be all the better. And then I'm just going to trace around here. Just like that. So now I've got my traced shape on my tissue paper. Hopefully there's enough contrast you guys can see that. Now I want to make sure that these 2 pieces stay flat together while I cut this out. That's very important. You don't want to be picking it up, folding it, creasing it while you're cutting. You want it nice and flat. Lay it flat on the desk, hold it down as much as you can. Start on one edge and cut up. Just like that. This is going to be recyclable waste. Now if you did it right and followed all the instructions, if you had your 1 fold on the right and your 2 folds on the bottom, when you take it out, you should end up with enough tissue paper to make 2 tetrahedrons out of 1 sheet of tissue paper. For your total kite, you're going to have 4 tetrahedrons. So there's going to be 2 sheets of tissue paper, 2 tetrahedron patterns out of each sheet gives you 4 patterns total. I'll set the extra one to the side for now. And when we put this on, we want the strings up to the top, so we'll just hang it and set it down. This section in here where the divots come in and there's a crease line across, I'm going to place this straw down on that. So I'll have a point going away from me up here. I'll have a flat edge across that crease right there. I'll hold it down and I'll take my glue stick. I'll run a little bit of glue down the edges away from me. And again, this is a situation with the tissue paper. You want to do this gently. If you're pushing down too hard, it's going to pull and tear on the tissue paper. I really like these purple glue sticks. You can see where the glue is. When it dries, it's clear. So once I got my glue on, I'm just going to fold it over that straw. Gently press it down. It's going to be a little bit damp from that glue stick. We don't want to pull on it hard and tear it. And I'll do it over here on this side away from me. And I'll fold that up, over, and into the inside on that straw. Now I'm going to turn it so that point is towards me. So the point that was away from me, I'm now turning towards me. I've still got this straw along the crease. And all I'm going to do is tumble it forward, just like that. At this point, I'm going to take the glue stick again on these outside edges. I'm going to kind of pull this back in tight so it's nice and tight up here inside against that crease. I'm going to fold these in. And the final edge out here, this final flap, is going to get some glue. At this point, if you've done everything correctly, you should have a fairly tight skin already. You shouldn't have to do much pushing and pulling to hold it in place. I'm just going to fold that one over and in. And that will be the skin for one of our tetrahedrons. That's one of 4 cells we're going to make. The other 3 will be made exactly the same. When we come back from the third video, we're going to be zoomed out and see how to put all 4 of these together into one Tetra Kite.